Welcome back. Today's video is going to be the second part of the two videos where I help you go through the first-time home buyers process based on my experience as an insurance broker. For those who don't know me, my name is Catherine Lee. I've been an insurance broker for the past 12 years in Ontario. The goal of my channel is to help empower you with the knowledge about insurance so that you can protect what matters most to you. So last week, I covered the first 5 mistakes, which are mistake number 1, timing the market. Mistake number 2, not having a buyer's realtor. Mistake number 3, not utilizing RSP for your first home. Number 4, not getting pre-approval on the mortgage. And number 5, waiting until the last minute for insurance. You can click the link on the screen to watch the last video if you missed it. Today, we're going to start with mistake number 6, not understanding what you bought. Not providing enough details or having no answers, even the seller may not have answers to our questions, could be a problem. For home insurance, specifically, we like to ask questions like, when was it built? How large is the unit in square footage? Is the basement finished? Does it have a pool? What are the updates on the home? These are the mandatory questions. Roofing cannot be older than 20 or 25 years, depending the type. Heating cannot be older than 20 or 25 years, depending on the type. Now, water boiler cannot be older than 15 years. Electrical update must be breakers, minimum 100 amps. Insurance carrier don't want fuses or aluminum wires. Plumbing must be updated every approximately 50-80 years depending on the type of property. However, if you got high-tech plumbing, no one wants to insure you. That's the reality, and that is usually built in the late 90s to the early 2000s. For Toronto home owners, you could possibly be buying an 100-year-old home, a heritage home. Is your home considered a heritage home? There's a website where you can input your address just to make sure. Why is it a concern? Well, there are specific bylaws required for rebuilding those homes, and if not done right, there's a lot of back and forth between you and the government to finalize the plans on restructuring or restoring the property. For example, they'll ask questions like, when did you get it? What have you done? Have you upkept, maintained the property to the code? Mistake number 7, not getting a home inspection. It is your job as a homeowner to maintain your property, but how do you do that if you don't know what is wrong with it? Not everyone is a general contractor, plumber, or electrician. This is why a home inspection is great. I admit that if you own a condo unit or a home that's under 10 years old, perhaps you don't have to worry so much. But anything older than 20 years old requires information about updates. I do recommend the home inspection report as proof that you did your best to your knowledge to maintain the home in the event if a claims get denied, and you have to take the insurance company to court. Mistake number 8, not knowing what you are responsible for. Insurance covers unpreventable causes to your property, like fire. However, it is still your responsibility to make sure to upkeep your home. There are guidelines in almost every city in Ontario. They are known as bylaws. You need to review them and see what you could be missing on your property. Example, every stairs must have a hand railing. Mistake number 9. Biggest bylaw I've seen people forget is the smoke and carbon monoxide alarm systems. Every property should have a smoke alarm on every story and outside of all the sleeping areas. You must be having a working carbon monoxide adjacent to each sleeping area of the home if you have a fuel burning appliance or a fireplace or even attached garage. Not to mention, it must be in good working order. Please always add new batteries every year. Double check the year it was made because you need to replace them every 10 years. Mistake number 10, faulty workmanship. This is the biggest exclusion that homeowners get when a claim is declined is faulty workmanship. I understand you spent a lot of money buying this property and maybe it needs fixing, so you decided to do it yourself or ask a handy friend. There are certain things you should know when handling plumbing or electrical. There's a reason why these two trades require a license and insurance, because they aren't easy to handle. They're heavily regulated. If done wrong, it could cost you. If you choose to touch these areas and it causes a damage to your property, at the time of claim, insurance company will send their professional inspector to analyze what caused the claim. If it was preventable, it may not be covered. You would have to fix it yourself and go after the person you hired to do the job, whether it's your friend or a contractor who claims they know what they're doing. Your insurance coverage could be in jeopardy until you prove that you fixed the problem. They need to see an invoice paid to the vendor who is licensed to fix it. So my advice, pay the person who could do it right the first time so that you could sleep better at night. Here's a story I got from one of my clients. You know how we have these the toilets with the two push buttons where it could save you water, depending which one you did your business, but not all plumbing systems support it, especially older condo buildings. In your condo building, you should notify your condo management of your intentions to replace your toilet or other renovations. There's some condo bylaws. They will tell you if it would fit into their plumbing system or not, and sometimes the plumber who is installing this toilet would know those details. To help yourself, contact a condo management with your renovation plans and get an approval before proceeding. If there are any specific toilets or dimensions, that they will provide you with a guide. We have a water damage case that leaked 12 floors below. As you know, toilet water damage is bad because there's waste in it, so be careful. Mistake 11. You never update or follow up with your broker if there's any changes, especially like marital status, renting out your home, Airbnb your home, or your family member decided to move in with you, like your parents, sibling, relative that's going to stay with you for a while. Insurance is a contract between you and the insurance company. If your situation changes financially and you need to rent out your home while you move in with your partner, or you have a girlfriend or a boyfriend or sister or brother who wants to move in, they are not declared occupants in your property, which could leave them out of your coverage. When I say this, so imagine your brother is barbecuing at your home and causes a fire. The insurance company will pay for the damages because you're the owner of the policy, but guess who they're going to go after? Your brother who lives there. To avoid legality of the issue, update your broker by discussing who is living with you, especially over the age of majority. Most carriers don't like Airbnb, especially when you're going to rent it out. And there are some restrictions, like how many days you can rent it out, depending on the carriers. It could be 30 days to 180 days. If you're planning to rent out an Airbnb for 365 days, you are going to be in special risk. Let's say if you wanted to keep it simple and you just want to rent out the basement, you just need to notify your broker so that you have a rental income to protect. Now, if your basement is not a legal unit, there is no coverage. So have honest conversations and follow the rules by understanding the bylaws of being a landlord before proceeding with rentals. How to save money on home insurance? Select a property near the Greater Toronto Area where there is sewage wastewater, not septic tanks. There's a hydrant within 5 kilometers of your house, not a fire hall over 11 kilometers out. House should be on a public road, not a private road. Hold property insurance like a tenant policy before buying a condo or home. The longer that you hold it, the better. Multi-line discount like auto insurance. Know your property as much as you can in the 5 areas: water boiler under 15 years, roofing, heating under 25 years, electrical minimum 100 amp breakers, plumbing ideally under 50 years. Age of the build is a big factor. Under 20 years, the insurance tends to be cheaper. Those are the general tips on choosing your property and how to lower your premiums. To summarize what I have shared here are the common mistakes that I find first-time home buyers do. Mistake number 1 is timing the market. Jump in when you're ready and know it's a game of buy and hold. Mistake number 2 is not having a buyer's realtor. You're already paying for it, might as well enjoy the experience. You're going to need the push. Mistake number 3, not utilizing RSPs for your first home. Mistake number 4, not getting a pre-approval on a mortgage. Number 5 is waiting until the very last minute for insurance. Number 6, not understanding what you bought. Number 7, not getting a home inspection, whether it's before or after you've acquired the home, and keeping it updated as well. Mistake number 8 is not knowing what you are responsible for, whether for maintenance. Number 9, the biggest bylaw I've seen people forget is the smoke and carbon monoxide alarm systems. Number 10, the biggest exclusion that homeowners get when a claim is declined is the faulty workmanship. Don't touch electrical or plumbing if you don't know what you're doing, specifically. Mistake number 11 is not updating and following up with your broker if there's any changes like marital status or renting out your home or Airbnb your home, or if a family member is moving in with you. Always make sure you do your own due diligence when you are purchasing your first home. Thank you again for watching. If you're a first-time home buyer and you have questions, please go ahead, put that in the comment below. Please go and subscribe to my channel so that you don't miss the next video. Bye now.